Well, good morning. Good morning, folks. Here we are again. Another beautiful day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, and we should rejoice and be glad in it. So, we are moving forward on our scene. We have our next scene we're working on here. And in this scene, I'm going to start to plan out what I want to do next. I've thought about it for a little bit, and my decision is I'm going to show um, Nora falls over when she is moving her block off camera. And so what I want to do is show her um, being caught by um, Lenny. So what I'm going to do here is going to have, let's see here, pick the right color here. Oh, need to go and get the sketchier line. That's going to be this one here. And so we'll have maybe have Lenny here. So she's got her little block here, right? See, I just kind of start very rough on this, and I know I want to have her. She was in the previous scene. I think she was kind of like this, yeah, and she's kind of gone over this way, and so I kind of want to catch her like that. Now maybe what I need to do here. See, usually one of the best ways sometimes when you're working on a scene, especially a new scene, and you're trying to figure out what you want, you need to make at least one drawing that pretty much that'll tell the story of what you're trying to say. Now, she had fallen, this way in the previous scene. She turns and falls off that way. I knew I wanted to have Lenny catch her, and then he's going to put his block in the way. So the important thing, first of all, is for him to catch her. So maybe I think now the more I think about it, I think maybe let's see something here. Let me turn her head the other way. So let's see. If we flip her head this way, let's see. So what would happen then if she was flipped that way? Lenny's going this way right now. He's like she is. He's got his little pacifier in his mouth too. Right? But he catches her. So maybe he's like this. And then she's, let's see. Yeah, see, I want to get at least one drawing to just show what I want to have happen, what the point of the scene is, right? Because that becomes the starting point. Now, so I can probably let's see. Um, yeah, okay, so she's falling that way, and let's see. Maybe he's already caught her, but probably what I would end up doing is having a drawing prior to this of her coming into the frame and him catching her. So in other words, this first frame is not necessarily going to be the first frame of the scene. I just needed something to, as as a impetus for what's gonna happen in the scene. I do know I want him to catch her, so at least that was the thought I had. Um, so she could be holding. So in other words, you know, we're gonna have to make some adjustments as we go, but we can start from this position of her falling back that way. Let's see. Lenny's got a baby fro. Gee, you think Lenny is based on me? Probably. Well, not necessarily. I have a friend whose name is Lenny, so it could have been. I could have been basing it on him. Let's see. So anyway, there we go. Yeah. See, so I've got kind of a drawing here that sort of says what I want it to say. Let's see here. Yeah. So it kind of says what I want it to say. Now, I think. Um, I would probably. Lenny's going to have his little block, so it's probably going to be somewhere in the scene like this, right? When he catches her. So, yeah, see, so, we can start with this. Yeah. Let me also take a quick look at, let's see, what was, no, I had her, yeah, okay. Let me see here. Uh, hmm, hmm. Just want to see. So, oh, yeah, okay, so, yeah, I just want to check on, okay, so the colors, all right, okay, right. What I was looking at there was the colors of the characters, the way their um, outfits are designed. So I wanted to make sure I was being consistent with the colors. So let's see. Yeah. So that's not a bad first drawing. All right. Well, in that case, then let's see. All right. I'll go in here and let's make this drawing a little bit more definite then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going back over the drawing that I just made, and I'm just making it a little more definite. And I'm going to expose this drawing longer. Right now it's on here for 1 frame, but we're going to put it on here for 8 frames. and we'll hit save just to make sure we don't lose anything. All right, okay, we want to label the scene. Let's see. Wrong. Let's go. You are friends. Let's see. This is going to be scene. We're going to make this. We made it 7A, I think was the other scene. This is going to, we'll make this 7B. So this just differentiate it from the last one that we did. Okay. All right. Let's see. So now I have to make sure too that whatever I like, what's on the blocks here, I got to make sure that's consistent with what I had done previously. Keep it consistent. And the way that I designed her jumper and all that stuff. I want to keep that all consistent. Here we go. There we go. All right. Um, okay. All right. So Lenny's here. All right. Let's see. They've all got these pacifiers. Oh, so cute. Okay. Okay. All right. So. Okay. Okay. So he's catching her there. Let's see. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. And all right. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's see. D, C, A. Okay. All right. So, all right. So that'll be our first frame here. And all right. So let's see. So then, to get to here, well, let's see. We can add a frame here. Add a frame after, and we'll turn on the onion skin. Now, what we'll do is we'll go over here and we'll reverse the order of the drawing. Up here in the top right corner, we'll hit this little icon here. And so what that's doing is that's reversing the drawing so that um, so that that blank drawing that was going to be after is now in front of. And so what we'll do with um, well, let's see. You know what I could do here? I'm trying to just think of what I want to do. I want him to catch her, but I'm trying to think. Do I want him to react before he catches her, or do I just want to start the scene with him catching her? Like he anticipates it. Because what I'm thinking was he's doing something, but then he turns and catches her. Hmm. Well, there could be time for that. So, like for instance, um, hmm, um, well, let's see what would happen then if that was the case. So, am I suggesting then that? Hmm, I guess I'd be suggesting that he sees her. So, like, okay, let's say he's okay. Let me try something here. Let's say I'll just grab his head here. Okay, and I'll go copy, paste. Okay, let's see. All right. So, all right. So let's say then he's trying to think of how much time he's going to have. If he was, hmm, all right. Well, if he was doing what he's doing, right? So let's say he's just here, but he's already looking her way. So let's say he's like this, right? And he's got his hands on his block over here, right? Let me see here. So let's say, uh, grab that block. There we go. Copy, paste. So let's say he's got holding his block here, for the sake of argument. So let's say he's there, right? And then let's say she is going to come into the scene. So let's say maybe um, I'll just grab her and we'll go copy, paste, but have her, let's see, have her, she's kind of toppling into the frame here, like that, right? And so she's holding her block, right? And then she's falling back into the scene, right? And he sees her like that. Let's see. Um, maybe. So he's over here, see? So he sees her falling into the scene. He's going to catch her. Now, he would have, okay, yeah, I need to have him be His body needs to be a little bigger here, like that. Yeah. Am I wrong? Uh, hmm. Let's see. Maybe I got her too big here. Let's see. Make her a little smaller, like that, maybe. And wonder. Let's see. What if? All right. So let's say I just have a thought here. Let's say I add a frame in between, right? Hmm. So let's see. What if I were to do this then? I just had another brainstorm here. So I'm going to grab another image of her. So we're going to go copy, paste it in this new frame. Okay. And she's, you know, here. But I think I just had this thought of maybe she's, um, oops. So you get ideas when you're animating. You get ideas when you're working on something. It, it takes a moment for you to kind of figure out what you want to do. I'm going to rotate her like this. Okay. So it's like she's rolling on her back here. Yeah. And like he's okay. So let's say he is. I'm going to copy him here, and we'll go copy, go to the new frame, paste. But I'm going to have him looking at her as she rolls in. So he's like his eyes go down to where she is, right? And then he's going to catch her on the next frame. She comes back up, you know. Let's see. Yeah, like he, like he. Okay, that can kind of work because she rolls in and he catches her. I think maybe I could make her a little smaller here. Let's see. She might be a little big. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think maybe I've got her size. She could probably be a lot smaller here. So I don't see she's not. She should be. I mean, they're relatively the same size, but yeah. And I think she should be smaller here. Yeah. And there. Yeah. So, um, yeah, I think he should be. She should just be a little smaller. She doesn't need to be real small. She just needs to be smaller than him. Like maybe like that. Something like that. I think. Let's try that. Yeah, see, he's a baby, so he's not going to have the same kind of reaction time that an adult would have. So, which makes sense. How are we doing time-wise? Well, I think we better stop here. Anyways, you see what I'm getting at. But the idea is, I thought, well, this is kind of cool. She falls into the scene. He catches her and props her back up before they start stacking blocks again. So you can see we got to make some. We're going to be doing some stuff to this next sequence or next bit. All right, great. Okay, folks. Well, hey, so this is good, see, because you get to see me thinking about what I'm going to do, not having it figured out yet, which is the same thing that you'd be doing if you started to see. All right, folks. Well, look, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. So don't forget to thank God for your talents and gifts, and I'll see you tomorrow.